So we'll really be focused on the Samavritis and Nadi Shodhana this week, and really trying to create some lovely stability. So when you're ready, we've got a couple of little resets to begin with. And this evening I've got a lovely reset for the head and neck. So just start out by feeling into the neck. I know it's a little bit boring, but just be really present with the sensations in the neck and notice how the neck is feeling. You might like to open and close the mouth a few times just to feel into the jaw. Good. And we'll move into the neck reset. So we're just going to take the hands and place them on either side of the head and hold the head quite steady as you now try to turn your head to the right, and just let the right hand catch that movement. So you can't actually turn the head, but it'll bring some sensation into the neck, keeping the breath moving as you try to turn the head against the resistance of that right hand. Good, and letting that go. And now try and take it to the left. So the head's not going to move. That left hand is just going to catch that movement and hold and hold. Good, and relax. Beautiful. We're taking the hands onto the back of the head now. Please try and retract the skull. So try and send the skull back, but the hands are just going to catch that movement there. Good. And relax. And now just take your dominant hand to rest on your chin, and we'll try and take the skull forward. But that dominant hand is just going to stop the head from moving. Hold and hold. Good, and relax. Good. Moving into our tongue circles next. So just picking a spot in the room in front of you that you can focus your eye gaze on, keeping the head really steady as you take 10 slow circles with the tongue around the inside of the lips in one direction, and then 10 slow circles in the other direction. Good, nice and slow, keeping the eyes and the head very still. If you've got any vulnerabilities or tension in the neck, this might feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'd like to encourage you to persevere. And when you have finished your 20 tongue circles in total, then one more time, just feeling into the head and neck. If you're still taking your tongue circles, then just stay with that until you are finished. There is no rush. In fact, the more slowly you can perform them, I find the better the result. Good. Lovely. Okay, so please come now to just establish yourself in your own best upright seat. Closing down the eyes if you like, or you might prefer to have your eyes open, but just keep the eyes steady if you are keeping your eyes open. And we'll start with an exhale. And now into our reset breath, please take a big inhale through the nose. Hold on to that, top it up. Let it out through the mouth. Good. Again, big inhale through the nose. Hold on to that, top it up. Let it out slow. Good. And again, big inhale through the nose. Top it up. Let it out slow. Good. Please take 3 more rounds of your reset breath. on your own, taking your time. And when you are ready, please bring your tongue to rest up against the roof of your mouth. Let your jaw relax and come to meet your breath. Moving your breath slowly and smoothly in and out through the nose. You might like to gently descend your eye gaze toward the bridge of your nose, directing all of your attention into the nostrils. Noticing the movement of the air within the channels of the nose. Sensing the cool air entering the nostrils and the slightly warmer air as it leaves your body. Can you invite yourself to soften the face and the jaw, to relax the shoulders, and to encourage your rib cage and your belly to move very freely with the breath. When you are ready, please begin to welcome your ujjayi with a very subtle and soft hug of the windpipe toward the back of the throat. Listening to the sound of the breath and noticing the texture that the breath takes on as it meets that resistance in the airway. Creating a sound and a sensation in your breath that feels very smooth. And distributing that sound very evenly across the full length of each inhale and each exhale. As you settle into your ujjayi rhythm, please allow yourself to notice the feeling of the inhale, its rising, swelling, ascendant quality. And the feeling of the exhalation as it drops down and empties allowing the borders of the breath to very gently brush up against one another before the tide of the breath turns. The ujjayi is often described like the ocean's waves. You might visualize the tide of the breath like the waves of the ocean. As you exhale, visualizing the water crashing down against the sand. And as you inhale, visualizing the ocean reclaiming that wave back into herself. Giving this your full attention. When you are ready, please begin to notice how long your inhalations are this evening. Counting a few consecutive cycles of the breath. And once you have ascertained where the inhale has landed, please bring your exhales up to meet and to match. Keep your mind anchored in the count and your physical senses engaged in the feeling of the breath. Stay with this. When you are ready, please begin to move into your Samavritti 2 pattern, adding a pause at the end of the inhale and another at the end of the exhale. No tension or strain. Exploring each of the 4 sides of the breath. Noticing the smooth, upward, expansive feeling of the inhale, that space of contained expansion at the top of the inhale. The soothing drop down of the exhalation. And that space of peaceful emptiness at the end of the exhale. Stay focused on the count. On the different feeling of each side of the breath. And if your mind wanders, gently and lovingly invite yourself back. At the end of your next exhalation, letting go of that pattern for now, allowing your breath to return to its natural, quiet, unmanipulated state. And take a moment to simply sit in the space that you have created. Taking this opportunity, if you need, to gently readjust your seat. We move now into our Nadi Shodhana pattern, which we will overlay on top of our Samavritti rhythm. And so when you are ready, please just come back into your simple, smooth Ujjayi breath. And once you have re-established the Ujjayi, slide back into the Samavritti 1 count. The count that you established for yourself at the beginning of this practice. As we begin to move into our Nadi Shodhana, this evening we work without the hand, Instead, using a simple attention and intention to take the focus from one nostril to the other. Begin on an exhalation. Bring attention into your left nostril now and take your inhale. Keep your count. At the top of the inhale, take attention to the right nostril and exhale. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Please continue on your own. The steady rhythm and pace of your Samavritti 1 and the pattern of your Nadi Shodhana. Stay with this. If your mind wanders, invite yourself back. Keep your attention in the nostrils. Keep your mind anchored in the count. At the end of your next exhale through the left nostril, letting go of the count and surrendering the pattern. In a moment, we will move down onto our bellies and into Makrasana. And this evening, we will overlay our Brahmari Pranayama within the Makrasana shape. The shape of the Makrasana creates a lovely cave in which the vibration can echo back and resonate into the head, neck, and throat. Please take your time when you are ready to make your way onto your belly and onto the floor. If lying on your belly is in any way inappropriate or uncomfortable, then please just lie on your back. But if you're coming into Makrasana, just stacking your hands one on top of the other, bringing your forehead to rest on top of your stacked hands. Let the big toes touch and the heels fall away from one another, creating space in the lower back. Maybe giving the hips a gentle wiggle from side to side. When you are ready, begin your Brahmari, taking an inhale and swelling and pressing the belly against the earth, filling the lungs, and as you exhale, creating a gentle sound that emanates from the throat, allowing the vibrations to echo back from that cave-like space that you've created in the shape, and allowing the vibrations to penetrate the throat, the jaw, the face, and the skull. As you run out of exhalation, allow the sound to peter out calmly before taking your next inhale and your next exhale with sound. The sound does not need to be loud. It does not need to be pitch perfect. Just sincere. Focus on the sound and the vibration. Let the sound bathe the throat, the jaw, and the face. And stay with this until the sound of my voice summons you back. At the end of your next exhale, letting go of your Brahmari and gently rolling your way onto your back for your Shavasana. Take your time to arrange yourself in whatever way you enjoy, with whatever props feel supportive. And as you come to settle in your Shavasana, feel yourself taking your attention and your intention into your pelvis. Allowing the spotlight of your awareness to flood the space within the pelvis. Tracing the smooth curves of the pelvic crests, the ridges of the sacrum, allowing your attention to illuminate and fill the pelvic bowl. As your attention gathers in the pelvis, you might notice a sensation of heaviness or fullness. You might not notice anything at all. Do not overthink this. Trust in the relationship between prana and attention, letting the life force fill the spaces in the pelvis. And when you are ready, begin to gently take your attention up and down the spine with each inhale and each exhale. As you inhale, taking your awareness up from the tailbone to the top of the spine. And as you exhale, drawing it back down from the top of the spine down to the tip of the tailbone. And allow yourself to settle in this pattern, moving awareness up and down the spine with each cycle of the breath. No counting, just a wash of awareness up and down. And stay with this until the sound of my voice summons you back. At the end of your next exhalation, let go of that pattern. Spread your attention down the legs and into the feet and toes, down the arms and into the hands and fingers. Gently rotating into your wrists and your ankles. And taking a yawn and a stretch. And gently swallow to lubricate your throat. Carefully rolling onto your favorite side. And very slowly and gently curling your way to an upright seat. As you arrive in your upright seat, remaining for just a moment with your eyes closed and your attention directed inwards. Noticing how you have arrived here at the end of your practice, at the end of your day. Gently floating your palms to meet one another in front of your heart, or perhaps just landing one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. We punctuate the end of our practice, as always, with gratitude and acknowledgement, as we offer our thanks for the gift of this day, our lives and our health. And as we extend our respects and acknowledgements to the custodians of this living tradition and to one another. As always, my beautiful friends, my very sincere gratitude, respect, and affection to you all. Please rest well and be gentle with yourselves as we cross this threshold into the yang half of the year. Try to limit your exposure to screens, especially after your practice, to set yourselves up for a really restful evening. And I look forward to connecting with you all again next time. Lots and lots of love. Sleep well, my beauties. Thank you for your company. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.